adrenaline's growing. It's washing over you. Scream, man! Scream for your life! Herb, get the camera.
You gotta forget, you don't have to look at the mic when you actually get your name, so.
Hi, well, I was thinking.
I'm from radio. I kind of come
That's
into
cool.
that. Yeah, it works that way. No, do you,
Makes sense.
we are at Speed, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I wasn't sure. So you've done some pretty amazing work in the past, but do you approach them, all acting roles, the same way? Because in this case, there's really not much going on around you.
Everything is different. Every experience with every job, every person, every interaction, everything seems to be different, and I don't know. I don't have a formula. I don't have a, everything requires different research, different things to overcome. This was exciting because it was pretty much all new to me. I'd never done green screen work. I'd never, worked on I've done studio films, but not something on this scale. And I really, unfortunately, haven't had a chance to be the romantic lead in one of these films, and so it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, no, you talk about never doing the green screen. I would be terrified going into something that I had never done before.
I lie. I did a Tori Amos video where I was my head was superimposed on an arm.
Well, that doesn't count.
But it was some green screen.
Okay.
And it was awkward
All
as
right,
hell.
yeah,
So I was like,
yeah.
geez, this is what I'm going to get into. But it's exciting. You have to you have to have an imagination, I think, anyway, to be an actor. You have to be able to visualize and invest in those visualizations and kind of create things that aren't there often anyway, so it's just magnified. And we did have Andy Serkis there for the Kong interactions, and it's really wonderful to have someone there that is connected. I mean, Andy went to Rwanda to study gorilla.
I know, he
so,
was just telling me that. It was just amazing. Well,
have
how far do you go for your craft?
Well, I didn't have to go to Rwanda, fortunately.
True, yeah.
But I think it was a different thing. I mean, I've done quite a bit for research. I've learned to play Chopin, and I can't read music. I lost 30 pounds in 6 weeks. I've done a lot. This was part of the excitement of this was I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to be a brilliant writer to play a writer.
Right.
But I had to be up for the challenges.
Is it? How does Peter Jackson's vision come across before you're doing? Does he explain everything to you? Does he?
Yeah, he explains a lot, and we have animatics, which are prevas, which are moving storyboards. The storyboards are a tool that directors use, filmmakers use, to kind of set up, to kind of illustrate what the setups are, and these are basically computer-generated renditions of the scene with us in them. And so I would see the size of the creatures that are coming my way. I'd see what I'd have to kind of do within that. And so it was kind of like jumping into a moving picture book or something and then live within there.
Are you helping your character up? Do you give him a backstory, or do you just go into, or what's
Oh yeah. I mean, things are, there's a lot of that. There's, it's essential. You have to understand where people are coming from, or else you don't know where they're going to go.
Yeah, well, you did an amazing job.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.